Well, there's a saying, it's attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, basically about how you can evaluate a society by how the least of its citizens are cared for. When you look at our animal friends, they're definitely the ones who can't speak for themselves, can't help themselves, and need to have an advocate within the community. So our organization's role is to be that advocate for the animals in our community. Well, I think that our relationship with the Community Foundation has strongly benefited the Humane League in terms of our planning for the long-term future of both the organization and the animals in our care. We want to make sure that we have funding to provide for the programs we need today, such as housing today's homeless pets, but also that we're going to be there to address their needs in the future. We think there's always going to be a need for an organization to intervene and help the animals so that someday we'll come to a place where no animal has to be euthanized for the lack of a home. And that's why endowment is so helpful to us as an organization, because it helps us stay focused on our future goals for our organization and for the animals in our community.
I'm Rev Howard Payne, and I am the pastor of the Mission of Hope Church here in Lancaster. Our church is a community outreach. Now, Reverend Christian, who was our former pastor, he's just a very selfless, very humble person. It was just so many things that I learned from him and how to interact with other people, and he was like a father figure to me. He really was. Reverend Christian passed away on the 17th of April of last year, 2010. When he passed away, the reins of running the church fell into my hands, and I became the full-time pastor now of our church, Mission of Hope. Reverend Christian taught a lot about education, and he encouraged the young people to get all the education that you can. He talked about it in church, he talked about it in Bible study, and I thought, well, maybe it would be a great idea if our church could establish a college scholarship fund in his name. And the foundation has been a tremendous help. I don't know what I would do without the foundation. Reverend Christian, and he just believed in helping people. He believed in giving to people. And that's what I want to do, to carry on the work that he started.
I guess the idea of Poetry Paths is to introduce poetry and art into the city of Lancaster in ways that strengthen the community and give people new ways of seeing the city that we live in. We received money from the Lancaster County Community Foundation in 2009 to do this project, and when we envisioned the project, and what we imagined was that we would try to work with younger writers in the city through programming in the schools. We would do poetry programming, workshops, and also enrichment activities so that the kids we worked with would have a new sense of where they lived and the things that were important to them. I can't even begin to list the ways that the Community Foundation has helped. I mean, from the start, the fact that the grant was issued for innovative projects in the arts, so we knew that something that was maybe a little bit unusual could be considered. We're really proud to be part of the LCCF community. You know, all the projects that they support, we're always impressed by them, and we feel good that we've been recognized too. We believe so strongly in the power of the arts to strengthen a community. And I feel like it's being part of this larger group that gives us a sense of energy, and then we get to do a project that connects even more people to that same sort of positive energy.
I'm Jim Saxton. This is my wife, Sally. I've been involved in the YMCA. We've both been involved in the YMCA.
Yeah.
We worked out at the Y.
Yeah, many years.
Our kids swam at the Y.
Basketball.
Basketball at the Y. Some camping at the Y. I was president of the Y, and then I was president of the foundation. So you have the Y that does a lot more than just swimming and basketball and that type of thing. They do a lot of things for the youth of the community. And now partnering with the Community Foundation. So when we wanted to make an investment, we were able to sit down with the Community Foundation, and they can explain how you can make that investment in a way that it makes sense. When we told our 5 kids about what we were doing, they thought it was great. And our hope would be in 30 years, they'd say, well, that's what I want to do. If everyone looked ahead and said, let's invest a piece of our estate back into our community, and that rippled, 30 years down the road, it could be a phenomenal investment. That ripple effect could be not only present day ripple effect, but holy cow, it could be generation to generation. That's fantastic.
Tabor is a not-for-profit organization. We have been here in Lancaster for 43 years, and the primary work that we do is in what we call housing and financial counseling. We're all about teaching people self-sufficiency, developing the kind of skills that they can use then to make their own decision and manage their lives successfully. Tabor, like most not-for-profit organizations, is always searching for ways to ensure its sustainability for the future. The Community Foundation stepped forward and said that they understand the needs for sustainability of nonprofits, and so Tabor received a sustainability grant. Tabor's services are very, very good for helping people rebuild their lives, but we also serve the community. When we help someone keep current with their rent, for example, the landlord benefits from that. When we help somebody pay off debt and advise them on how to do that, their creditors profit from that. So we feel as though we're contributing to the strength and the economic vitality of the Lancaster community as well. And the Lancaster County Community Foundation, by understanding our needs to be financially sustainable so we can continue to do what we do, is providing a terrific kind of boost to Tabor and fulfilling its mission.
My name's Dorcas. I'm a nurse practitioner here at Welsh Mountain Medical Center and Meadow Creek Family Practice. The horse and buggy program got started, I believe, in 1985. The Welsh Mountain was trying to reach people with barriers, which is part of their mission. The barrier for the plain community would be their travel. A lot of people think of the Amish as not doing any immunizations, no medical, no Western medicine. You have, just like in the regular world, you have those who do and you have those who don't. The horse and buggy program is a program where myself and a nurse go out to their home. I do well child checks and we give immunizations. Just trying to keep the Amish kids healthy. Keep them from getting the whooping cough and the tetanus and meningitis. We're actually starting with a second generation. We have about 3 second generation families where we did the younger siblings of these parents now, and we're doing their children. I can see that happening with the next couple generations. As long as there's immunizations and as long as the Amish are there and aren't allowed to drive a car, I feel it has a very long-term impact. I mean, we've already done 35 years, and I can see this continuing for years to come.